Hello, group number one, and welcome to your pick a card reading on what makes you special and unique. What are your gifts and talents? So the first card we have here, we have the Five of Swords, clarified by the Moon reversed. The Knight of Wands, clarified by the Ace of Wheels. And the Hangman, clarified by the Page of Cups. So for group one, I feel like you guys have this ability to not hold on to grudges and to not let the past really bog you down. Like, you have the ability to move on from things. I don't want to say quickly, but you're kind of like have more of like an on to the next attitude. You don't let situations from the past emotionally bog you down and kind of keep you shackled. You could sort of look back at the past and you're able to reflect on it, but you don't let that prevent you from moving forward. Okay, and then with the Knight of Swords here with the Ace of Wheels, that kind of emphasizes this ability to move through situations in life pretty quickly, and you have a very go-getter attitude. Like, you very quickly, very passionately go after the things that you want, to the point where it almost like stuns people how quickly you can get things done. Like, you'll have an idea for something in January, and then by March or not even by February, you've gotten off the ground, or maybe within the next 2 weeks of January 1st, you've gotten it off the ground. Okay. And these things that you tend to have ideas on tend to be things that can give you financial abundance or wealth, or things that sort of can help you boost your self-worth. Like, your self-worth can be tied to your ability to get things done quickly. Like, if you really don't like, you may not like people who tend to take a long time to get things done. Like, you're just like, let's go. Like, time is money. Let's keep it pushing. Okay, like, you thrive off of ideas and putting those ideas into physical manifested form. Okay, and then with the Hangman and the Page of Cups, I feel like you guys get a lot of, like, if you look at the Hangman, he kind of has this halo around his head, so he's kind of enlightened. So with the Page of Cups, this tells me that you guys have an ability to sort of get messages from spirit. Like, you have like a good intuitive knowledge, good intuitive sense for what to do in life, like what actions to take, which is kind of why the Knight of Swords, Ace of Wheels is here, because you are able to move into take action on these intuitive insights very quickly. But because it's the Page of Cups, that tells me that this is a gift of yours that's not fully developed. And we do have the Moon reversed here as well. So I feel like one of your gifts is maybe you have claircognizance, clairvoyance, clairaudience, something, but you don't really take full advantage of that, or you're not really trying to develop that gift. It may be something that's sort of dormant within you, or something you're completely unaware of until this moment. So let's pull some more cards to see what other talents you have. So we have Unfinished Symphony and All That Glitters. Okay, so with you guys, I also feel like, so for All That Glitters, again, you guys know how to get a bag. Okay, you know how to get a Birkin bag, a Balenciaga bag, all the bags. Okay. You have good business sense, for sure. But with Unfinished Symphony, this is going back to that Hangman and Page of Cups, having gifts and talents that you aren't even aware of. And the fact that we have a lot of like music things going on here, symphony, we got like a piano situation happening. I think this person's playing the violin or something. So you guys could actually maybe be clairaudient, or have certain signs come to you through music. So like, you could be your iPod. It's 2021. Nobody has an iPod. You could have your phone playing music on shuffle, and you'll be thinking of something, and then like the right song comes on to motivate you, or the right song comes on to kind of give you a sign that this is what you should be doing. So listen to these like auditory cues. Okay, and then we do have the Ace of Wheels here, and a bull is on the card. So the bull is a symbol for Taurus. Taurus rules the throat, the voice. So you guys could have a talent that relates to your voice. So maybe you're a good singer. Maybe you're good at like motivating people or giving speeches or spurring people to action through your voice, or you have a very commanding voice. Or maybe someone could ask you for advice and you'll start talking and you'll just say the right thing. Like you don't even know what you're going to say when you start talking, but somehow you say exactly what that person you're talking to needed to hear, which goes back to that Hangman Page of Cups. And so this is a talent that like you can develop even further to make money off of that as well. Okay. Then for your archetypes, we have, where am I going to put these? We have the Siren. We have the Stone. And we have the Offering. Okay, side note. Okay, I did not look at these cards. I just pulled them. I kept them face down. When I put them down here, this is when I'm seeing for the first time. So the Siren, again, that goes back to what I said with the voice. You guys have a talent for speaking or like singing or hearing messages from spirits, something, and then like conveying them out with your voice. Something with your voice, you need to get into that and develop that and get another Birkin bag off of that, okay? Then with, let me go to the Offering. So with the Offering, you have the ability to, so the Offering can talk about like giving back or gratitude. Okay, so maybe one of your talents is that you're somebody who lives in a constant state of gratitude, and maybe that's why the past doesn't really bog you down like that. Because you sort of know like everything happens for a reason. Like if that didn't go well, it's because this, that, and the third, I was meant to learn a certain lesson, and you're able to take that lesson and move forward. Maybe that's also why you have the Hangman. Like you sort of have an approach to life where it's like, you know, whatever happens, happens. Like all I can do is try, which is what we have with the Knight of Swords. All I can do is go forth and try. If it doesn't happen, well, you know what? My hands are tied. It's cool. That's not going to stop me from getting my Knight of Swords on for the next idea I have, you know. So that's definitely one of your talents that I'm picking up on. Then with the Stone, I feel like you guys can be very stubborn, but that's kind of a good thing in this case. And maybe that's also why you have this Ace of Wheels with the bull, which usually people associate the bull with being stubborn. So you guys sort of, once you have an idea, like you're, boom, that's it. That's what I'm doing. Other people cannot convince you to not do it. Like, nah. And that's good because a lot of people, you know, they have ideas for things, but they let self-doubt, they let fear, they let worrying about like what other people are going to think get in the way of them continuing to go after that goal. But you almost have like built a fortress of not giving a damn around your idea, okay, which is this stone right here, and nothing can get through that fortress. Okay, so that is one of your talents. All right, and then I pulled 2 cards to see how you can continue to develop your talents or grow them. So first we have awareness, which says live in the moment, be conscious of your thoughts, look for signs and guidance. Which, where am I gonna put this? We're just gonna put it right here. And we have courage. You are safe, fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. Okay. So, all right. So for some of you, you may not be in this energy yet of not giving a damn and not letting people get to you with your ideas. And maybe that's what the boundaries is talking about, like building that impenetrable fortress of, I am my own person, these are my ideas, leave me alone, outsiders, you can't get to me. Okay, maybe that's something that you need to work on or get into if you're not already there. And then with awareness, be conscious of your thoughts, look for signs and guidance. So the offering, which was when I was talking about being in that state of gratitude always, that might be something that you need to continue to develop or continue to grow in, or maybe develop a daily practice where you're, writing down what you're grateful for in your gratitude journal, or when you pray or you're talking to your guides or something, you need to talk about what you're grateful for and express gratitude for the things they've given you. Whatever it is, you need to sort of continue on that path. Okay, we also have live in the moment. Like I said, you don't necessarily let the past tie you back. Okay, and that doesn't mean you don't have anything in your past that you don't regret ever, or things in your past that don't make you sad sometimes or something like that. But as far as like taking action, that's where those past thoughts don't really affect you too much, at least compared to the average human being. Yeah, okay, that's all I'm really seeing for group 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading on your gifts, talents, what makes you unique. And I hope you come back for another video from me. Thank you. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your pick a card reading on what are your gifts and talents, what makes you special and unique. Let's get into it. Here we have the Two of Swords clarified by the Ace of Cups reversed. We have the Fool clarified by the Ten of Cups reversed. And we have the Knight of Pentacles clarified by the Ten of Swords. You guessed it, reversed. So what is this saying about you? So the Two of Swords, on this card, we have a person who is like not surrounded by water, but they have like all this water behind them. They got the moon behind them, but they're blindfolded and they have like their swords up, almost guarding against it. And we have the Ace of Cups reversed. So I feel like you guys might have an empathic ability, and it may be something you haven't completely unlocked or you're unaware of, but you have the ability to sort of pick up on the emotional undercurrents that people are feeling, or that they're the emotional undercurrents of like a situation involving a group of people, stuff like that. And I feel like you guys don't really like this ability if you are aware of it currently, because you're blindfolded. So I don't know if you're aware of it because you're blindfolded, and then you have the swords up, which is like, please stay away from me, I'm guarded. And then the Ace of Cups is reversed. So I feel like this is actually a gift, but because of negative experiences you've had with it, or not so good experiences you have with it, you sort of look at it like a burden or a curse. And we do have the energy of like 2 here, and this is like the number 2 of Swords. And then with the Ace of Cups card, we have 2 fish. So I feel like some of you guys could be either like a Gemini or a Cancer. You might have those signs in your chart. You don't have to. But also I feel like you have this energy of like balance that you either have or you need to work on. So being able to balance those emotional situations with more, which is usually associated with like feminine energy, with more action-oriented go-getter energy, which is more masculine energy. Something about that is at play here and could help you sort of like work on this empathic ability so that you can turn it on and off, as opposed to just having it be on all the time and you being irritated, or you having it off all the time and you not being able to take advantage of this gift that you have. Okay. But also like feeling your own emotions is important too, and like learning what is your emotions and what is not your emotions. That can help you as well with developing this empathic ability, or sort of growing to see it as more of a gift. and not as something that like you need to turn off or avoid. Okay. So with the Fool card and the Ten of Cups reverse, I feel like this is still related to the empath thing. Like you might avoid lots of people, or you may be drawn to people who do not have your best interests at heart, or might be more toxic people, and so that makes you end up feeling more toxic emotions. So I feel like this Fool card here is saying like reinvent yourself, reinvent the person you want to be and who you want to attract into your life, because you want to attract people who are giving you like upright Ten of Cups vibes, not like reversed Ten of Cups vibes, because reverse Ten of Cups is like, this is not your family vibes. Upright is like, this is your family vibes. So we want to walk to our family. We do not want to walk to our whoever these people are that you might be around. Okay. Because to them, you kind of represent like the people who may have toxic traits. You represent to them the Fool. Like you kind of have like a very youthful energy to you, a very youthful vibe. So if you are a Gemini, hello. I too am a Gemini. What's up? But anyways, you have a very youthful energy to you. You don't have to be a Gemini. Maybe Pisces. Okay. Maybe Cancer, like I said earlier. But anyways, you have a very youthful vibe to you. A very, like, you're like the sun. Like you're literally like the sun to them. You can be very positive. You can be very playful. You bring joy into other people's lives, which is a gift. But like, let's make sure we're bringing joy into the right people's lives and not people who, you know, don't deserve that shine, or people who just kind of take the shine and don't return any shine to you. Okay. Because like I said, there's an issue here with balance potentially where like you're giving them 20. No, sorry. You're giving them 100 and they're giving you 20. Which is not acceptable, right? Because relationships are all about give and take. It's all about balance, yin and yang, all that good stuff. Okay, then we have the Knight of Pentacles clarified by the Ten of Swords reversed. Okay, so I feel like this is you. You guys are the Knight of Pentacles. Like you walk into people's lives and again, you bring value. Okay, you might even have an ability to motivate people or to make people feel like worthy. Like people might be going through something and you just come in and you're like, hey sis, you are that girl. You was smart, you was kind, you was important, you're amazing, you look good today. Your hair is on fire, like not literally on fire, but like your hairstyle is amazing. Like you can really motivate them, make them feel important, boost their confidence, and sort of like cancel out any negative thoughts they're having, which is where that Ten of Swords in reverse is coming in. Like you can drag people out of that Ten of Swords energy where they're feeling like down in the dumps. Like you can come in and be like, but look at all you have. Okay, look at the blessings, look at how good you are and all this other stuff. All right, let's pull some more cards for your gifts and talents. Here we have building blocks and to the sea. Okay. Building blocks to the sea. Can you see that? Yes. Okay, actually, you know what? Let me put this here. And let me put this here. So to the sea, right? Again, this time out, you have a lot of emotional depth to you. Like you feel all the feels, okay, all the time. You really do. And we have 7 here, which talks about like spirituality. This number 7 can represent like spirituality. So I feel like you guys are very spiritual people, or if you're not, that's something you may need to tap into more, is getting into like your purpose, like why do you have this empathic ability? What can you do to it to kind of turn it into something positive if you don't see it that way? Like you have the ability to like navigate emotional storms, I'm not saying with ease, but you have the ability to come out of them on the other side like a lot wiser and a lot more understanding of how life is and understanding why you went through those situations. Like you have a very wise quality to you that involves emotions. Like you have a lot of emotional intelligence. And it's really a gift because you are a very playful person. Like you are someone who can be very youthful. So the fact that you have this youthful quality to you, but you still have that emotional depth to where you can pick up and understand other people's feelings, and also the complexities of human emotion. Like that is definitely something that is a blessing. Okay. And then we have the building blocks card. All right. And I wanted to put that near the Knight of Pentacles because I feel like building blocks, pentacles, it goes hand in hand. So like I said, you have the ability to like kind of build people up. Like when people are feeling like like they've had a tower moment and their whole fortress castle has crumbled, you are there to help pick up the pieces. Like you're a very loyal friend. You're very dependable. Okay, if somebody just broke up with their significant other and they call you, like you are there at their front door. You got the ice cream. You got the soup. I don't know why soup came to mind, but you brought that too. You brought the movie. All right, like you know how to help them through that. Like in the ship of emotion, you are the captain. All right, and they're the passenger. And there is a storm, and you brought the ship through the storm, and the ship didn't capsize or anything. Matter of fact, the ship looks even better than it did before the storm, which is bizarre, but that's your gift to the sea. Okay. All right. And then we have some archetype cards. So we have the castle. Didn't I say something about a castle or fortress? Oh yeah, building blocks. Okay, let's put it there. And then we have the mask. Ooh. Hello. Oh, that's giving me two, because we got the blindfold. Okay. Let's get into this. Okay, so the mask. The mask is giving me, again, it's giving me yin and yang. It's giving me balance because we got like color, then we got black. We got the mask, then we have no mask. I feel like the mask is telling you about like knowing when to show your true self to people and knowing when to sort of hold back. Okay, because part of this empathic ability that you have has to do with, I'm not saying you don't be yourself, but I'm saying like let's have some more discernment when it comes to who we're hanging around and who we're allowing in our energy field and in our space. Because some of y'all might be operating with no mask all the time, or sort of just letting people in more willy-nilly, and that has caused you some hurt in the past, some issues in the past. But moving forward, we can still bring our true selves without having to tell everybody everything or to let people into our personal energy fields like whenever they want, right? Like we have to just set boundaries. This castle needs to be something that you establish for yourself, the same way you help build building blocks and things for other people so that they feel good about themselves. That's something you need to do for yourself in terms of your energy and your boundaries. Like that is key for an empath, especially if you have that Pisces energy that I said before, because that is something Pisces are notorious for not having, is some boundaries. Okay, so no is a full sentence. No is a full sentence. Say it with me. No is a full sentence. Okay. All right. And then I pulled two cards for I'm a leg. Ooh. Okay, also with the castle card, before I move on with more cards, we have green here and we have pink. Those colors are usually associated with the heart chakra. So again, protect your heart. Don't let everybody in there. All right. Then we have two cards to represent ways that you can grow your talents, grow your skills, grow your gifts, develop them. So first we have past lives. It says release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. Ooh. I'm gonna put that there. Then we have passion. Do what excites you. Get fired up about your life. Increase your energy levels. Okay, so again, this goes back to what I said in the beginning. And by the way, I don't look at all the cards before the reading. I just put them down and then I start talking. So I didn't see this when I said all this stuff I'm about to tell you again. But when I said in the beginning, with the balance, with the masculine and the feminine energy, so this passion is like getting fired up about your life, increase your energy levels. That's like the masculine energy. Or it's even like talking about the elements, fire versus water. Okay, you guys have a lot of water going on here. You got some air, but where's the fire? And then we have, pentacles can be earth energy, right? So like, let's bring some more balance with the elements. Like, let's do some things that have to do with the fire element. Get your Aries, Sag, what's the other fire sign? Leo. Call those people. Okay, if you have an Aries, Sag, Leo friend, call them. Get into that, okay? Because that's something we need to integrate more into our daily lives, is bringing that balance of fire and water energy, bringing that balance of yin and yang, masculine and feminine, because that's why we're potentially reversed here and not upright. Okay, then we have past lives. So this like empathic thing you got going on here. Okay, that could be something we've brought in from a past life. And some of the issues that you're having with this empathic ability can potentially be solved through healing that past life karma, connecting to your past life, journaling, talking to spirit, trying to get some guidance on how to heal that past life karma can really help you move past it. This card is giving me Pisces too. I don't know. But also Cancer. I don't know. Something's just very dreamy about it. But anyways, group 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading about your gifts and talents. I hope it resonated. And I hope you join me for another video on my channel. Thank you. Bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your pick a card reading on what are your gifts and talents. What makes you unique and special? So first here we have the Tower card clarified by the King of Wands. Then we have the Three of Pentacles clarified by the Knight of Swords reversed. And we have the Two of Pentacles clarified by the High Priestess reversed. So with these cards here, I do get the feeling that you guys are extremely creative. And with the Tower card, I feel like you get these sudden bursts of inspiration that just come to you out of nowhere. And they immediately kind of get you fired up and you have to like write it down or something, or you're going to lose it. And this can happen to you quite frequently. And you almost have a King of Wands energy about you when you go about carrying out these ideas, where you're very passionate about them. You have a lot of energy when it comes to these ideas. And so it's very likely that a lot of your ideas actually become reality, because some people, they have ideas but they don't act on them. But because you have the King of Wands, which is like fire sign energy, you guys definitely will like actually act on your ideas and carry them out for the most part. Now with the Three of Pentacles clarified by the Knight of Swords, again, this does talk about creativity, showing off your skills to other people. And it can also talk about collaboration. Okay, so with the Three of Pentacles, I feel like you guys do work well with other people, but you are like a natural leader because you have the King energy here on the board. So you can naturally sort of like lead people or get people to want to work with you on your ideas. You could be someone who works well with other people in terms of groups, like you know, if you want to start a business and you get two business partners, you may be someone who they enjoy working with quite easily because of your natural knack for, you know, collaboration and team mentality and that kind of thing. Now with the Knight of Swords reversed, I feel like this is something you don't necessarily take advantage of, is this ability to work well with others or show off your skills effectively. So for example, you may have like a business, but you may not be the type to brag about it or tell everybody you know about that business. So maybe like a select few people know in your life know, but you don't, you know, advertise it as heavily as you could. So that might be why the Knight of Swords is reversed. Or it could be saying that you need to work with other people and your ideas so that they become even bigger than they are. Like you alone, obviously you do a great job with whatever you've got, but if you had other people, you brought other people in, it could turn your idea into something much bigger. So I feel like that's why the Knight of Swords is reversed here. So, you know, take that as it resonates. It may be worth it for you to, you know, invest in other people and allow people to invest in you at the same time, or to, you know, maybe ramp up that marketing. Okay, that social media marketing may be something you need to take more advantage of going forward. Then with the Two of Pentacles and the High Priestess reversed, I feel like you guys have other talents other than your creative side. You may have like a spiritual side to you that you don't really take advantage of all the way, but it is there. It might be something you need to develop even further. So you might have access to like clairaudience, claircognizance, which is like clear hearing, clear knowing. Like you might have spiritual abilities and gifts that you're just not taking advantage of at this time, or you haven't really truly developed at this time. Or maybe learning more about spirituality could help you in your business ideas, right? Maybe it's not about one or the other. Maybe it's about combining the two into one pentacle instead of having these two separate pentacles kind of hanging around, because we do have the energy of two twice, right? Because we have Two of Pentacles and we have the two, which is the High Priestess card. So whether you keep them separate or you keep them together, there is some opportunity for some crossover for the knowledge of one to influence the knowledge or the way you take or carry out putting the other into practice or into physical form. So for example, if you have a creative idea to have a clothing brand, but you get into your spirituality, this may mean that you now know how to do more manifestation work so that you can bring that clothing brand into to more people, or to create make the brand even better than it would have been if you didn't have this knowledge of manifestation. Yes. Okay, so I pulled some more cards, some more oracle cards to see what are your creative skizzles. So we have Not For You, and we have Fork in the Road. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me put this here because this makes sense for this. Okay, so Fork in the Road can, again, talk about having two things that you are into, or maybe, like I said, you've developed one thing heavily, but you haven't developed that other talent as much. And I have the feeling that the other talent would be more spiritual, but take it as it resonates. So with Fork in the Road, I feel like you have an opportunity to, I don't necessarily think you have to do one or the other. Again, I think maybe there's a way to integrate both so that you're using both at different times. I mean, obviously it won't necessarily be 50-50. It might be like 80% one thing, 20% the other. But there's an opportunity here for knowledge you gain from one area of life to influence how you carry out the ideas from your other gift or talent. Okay, and then with not for you, I feel like you guys have good discernment. So when you do get these, like these sparks or these creative bursts, inspiration, ideas, you know which ones to go forth and carry out, and you know which ones maybe, can kind of sit on the back burner. Maybe you just need to develop them a little more. So you guys have a good, like, if you look at this card, it has like chess pieces on it. By the way, I'm sorry if it's getting dark. It's raining. Okay. So with the chess pieces, okay, this is like being good at strategy, and you do have the King of Wands, like I said, on the board. So you could be good at strategizing and knowing exactly what to do and when. Like you could have like, and if we're getting into your spiritual abilities here, you maybe it's spirit that's helping you discern, which ideas you should hold off on and which ones you should go forth with for the time being. Okay, so that is one of your talents. Then we have some, what are these called? Archetype cards. So we have the Ocean and we have the Village. Okay, so the Village goes perfectly with this Three of Pentacles thing I was talking about here. And the Ocean kind of goes with this High Priestess. So with the Village, again, like, it takes a, how they say it takes a village to raise a child. Okay, but for you, that child is like your creativity, your creative ideas, your businesses, whatever. Like, allow other people to come in and help you with these ideas, or if you already do that, keep doing that. Because that's one of your skills, is having that discernment to know, who you should work with, who you shouldn't. Who's going to be able to help take your thing to the next level. Like, I even feel like maybe you're good at, as a leader, understanding everyone's strengths and weaknesses and being able to pair people together so that it maximizes or makes the group the most efficient. So if you have one person who's really good at finance and you have one person who's really good at like big picture stuff, you know exactly what task to give the finance person, what task to give the big picture person, so that the business runs this most smoothly or most effectively. Or like if you have an idea for a podcast, the right friend to call to have them co-host the podcast with you, because their personality gels with yours. They have the knowledge that pertains to the main topic of the podcast. Like you are, you're the king. You're the king. You know exactly where to move your pieces on the chessboard to have the best outcome. Okay, now with the Ocean. Again, this goes back to like knowledge, having depth of knowledge, having creative ideas. Like, there's a lot of depth here. There's like an endless well of things that you can create. Things that inspire you, things that you can kind of bring into reality, manifest into reality. Okay, I feel like with the moon might be something that you can help you bring your ideas into reality if you know how to manifest with the moon. So like the new moon is when you plant seeds for like new ideas or new projects. And then the full moon is like when you release things that are holding you back, old habits, old patterns, old people, all that kind of stuff. So like learning that might help you as well, because when we think about money, right, we think about like currency, and then the Ocean kind of has that same root word, current, like currents of the water, and then the moon can influence the currents. And so it's like this whole thing connecting everything together. So I feel like that's something you may be able to take advantage of if you aren't already taking advantage of it. Then I pulled 2 cards on how you can improve your gifts, grow your talents, develop them further. So first we have flow. Find an easier path forward. Surrender the outcome. Release your expectations. Interesting. Look at that here. Then we have growth. Seek out. Can you see that? Seek out A mentor or guide. Take baby steps as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. What did I say? What did I say? Village, Three of Pentacles. Hello. Okay, so there's people in your life, or people coming into your life, if you're open to it, who can help you develop your gifts further, develop your ideas further, develop your business further. If you are willing to be open and let them in, and also talk about yourself and the things you're working on more often, because sometimes maybe like people in your life have certain skills that maybe even you don't know about. But if you talked about, you know, oh, I want to start a podcast on gardening. Okay, you might have a friend who's like, oh my God, I just started, you know, really diving deep into gardening. I started researching gardening. I didn't tell anybody, but da-da-da. And then you're like, let me tell her to be on my podcast. Let me tell her to be my co-host so we can have the best gardening podcast out here in these streets. Okay, so like, again, it takes a village sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that. All right. So, get into that. Then we have flow. So this goes into the ocean and the moon and the currents and the currency. Okay, so flow can talk about like getting into the flow of the universe, getting into the energy of the universe, right? Like, pay attention to the planets, pay attention to like what's going on astrologically in the moon and stuff, so that we can get in flow with it, right? When it's the full moon, you shouldn't be starting, well, not saying you shouldn't ever, but in theory, that's not when you're supposed to start new projects. That's when you're supposed to like release stuff, because now the energy is like, the energy has built into the full moon, which is why the moon is full, and now it's going to start getting darker and darker till it's the new moon. Sorry if this is confusing. Okay, just research the moon cycles. You know what I'm talking about. You'll know. So we want to get into the flow of the universe instead of fighting against it or doing things that are not in alignment with what's going on around, like astrologically. So maybe that's something you could take advantage of if you aren't already, to help you grow your skills, your talents, your business even further. Because like I said, y'all are the King of Wands. Like, you really have, you're clearly strategic geniuses. So that is all I have for you, Group 3. I hope this reading was insightful. I hope it resonated. I hope it helped you. And please check out my other videos when you get a chance. Thank you. Bye-bye.